you so much for joining me on my program once again. I appreciate you wherever you're joining me from. I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Accept my greeting according to your time zone. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please kindly subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell so that you'll be notified each time I upload a video. You can be among the first to receive it. Then go to the comment section at all time. Leave your comment, drop your contribution. If you have suggestions, make it out there. If you have any criticism, put it down on the comment section. It will make us to get better, presenting you a better program. Thank you so much.
When story is told and history is written, that period of Obasanjo's rule will be regarded as a golden era in the history of Nigeria. Obasanjo, my first contact with Obasanjo was in 1970 when we surrendered. Obasanjo was the person who actually made the war to end peacefully. He's a man of history. God has destined him. Without men like Obasanjo and Gowon, it could have been a different story. Because Biafra was not ready to surrender. But they realized, because the war could have continued. We were not ready to surrender. Even if they were bringing the whole weapon all over the world, because we were convinced we were not well treated. He's a very great man. And recently, I want to tell you, Your Excellency, your position in national issues, we appreciate it. We in Ohaneze, we appreciate it. I am speaking to you as the chairman or council of elders of Ohaneze and Igbo. We appreciate you and we support you and we're very proud of you. So, now, I saw the trader association coming here from Lagos. I want to let our people in Lagos to know that on Wednesday, I called a meeting of Ohaneze Council of Elders worldwide, and we x-rayed the events in Lagos. And I want to tell you that we have people who attended the branches in America, in Canada, in Europe, in London, and Nigeria. We have resolved, and I want those from Lagos to go home and tell those in Lagos, we have resolved that never again can we allow anybody to take the life of any innocent Igbo person. All of us are going to fight the person. We are going to fight the person. Never again. We are in Nigeria and we have invested in Nigeria. Our investments are so much. We are not going to take the question of people telling us to go. We are not going anywhere. And I want to tell those in Lagos to realize that there is no war between us and Yorubas. Yorubas they're just political rascals, and we are going to handle them. The elders have directed Secretary General of Ohaneze and Igbo, Emuche, to set up a commission of inquiry to find out things destroyed. People are going to pay. Meanwhile, I want to say I thank you for this opportunity. I'm very grateful, and I want you to give Soludo support. Give him support so that he will continue to concentrate on his job and do more. Thank you very much. Thank you.
When I had Chukuma working with me as my economic advisor, we worked very closely together. And he never one day misadvised me. Not one day. And I was so happy with him that I decided to send him to the central bank. He was the second Nigerian who was not a commercial banker of some sort sent to the central bank. And he performed so wonderfully well. But on one occasion, soon after I appointed him, somebody came to me and said, "Wow, you are running the economy of Nigeria." I said, "How?" He said, "An Igbo woman, Minister of Finance, an Igbo man, Governor of Central Bank. Then you have really completed task of running the economy of Nigeria. Now, I don't know why he said that, except for what I can call Igbophobia. And don't take that lightly.
Oh, COVID, thanks for cameras.
Hi, my name is Maria Hakkarainen and I am CEO of Robba Club International Children's Center Network.
It remains, it persists. And I like what Chief Nwayango said. I believe on the 13th of January 1970, Biafra died and was buried. Actually, in the house of my friend here, Chief Simon Okeke in Amici. Is that correct? But when you have that type of thing that was said to me, and the type of thing that you know is going on, what I call, as I have just called it, what do we do with it? I believe we have to go back to the scripture, which says we must conquer evil with good. And whoever you are, wherever people are being afraid of you, you must make yourself friendly to those who are afraid of you and earn their friendship by being good to them. And that is what we have to do. I have personally experienced that. And nothing wins friendship like you being friendly. But then, for me, the appointment of Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala and the appointment of Chukwuma Soludo were probably best of the appointments that I made when I was president. I used to have fun because Chukwuma was not really a fan of the World Bank. And Ngozi came from the World Bank. And we had a woman who was on the desk of Africa in the World Bank called Kruger. And anytime Kruger was coming to Nigeria, we had to prepare as if a president of another nation is visiting us. And Kruger will come, he will give us what he thinks we are not doing right. He will then write a letter to us, which I have to reply. And I will give that letter to a copy to Chukwuma. Give me a draft. A copy to Ngozi. Give me a draft. Chukwuma's draft will be so strong and almost saying no to everything. Then one day I called him. Of course, I will take the two drafts and spend the night and write the letter that will go to Kruger. And one day I called Chukwuma. I said, look, never you say no to World Bank, otherwise they will rub your face on the ground. But never you do their bidding. And that was the way we handled the World Bank together, and we succeeded. Chukwuma was a good economist, and he turned out to be a good central bank governor. Because central bank is not like a commercial bank. Central bank is for development. And part of the problem we have suffered in the past, and we are suffering today, is central bank has not performed its job as a development bank as it should have. Well, I left Chukwuma in the central bank, and as he himself has pointed out, I went back home. And I like what you have said about home. I will come back to some of the things you have said before I conclude. But because of my experience with Chukwuma, I am acting for something greater in my mind. Until one day he came to me and said he was going to contest the election as governor of Anambra. I did not disguise my anger against him. And I said, Chukwuma, governor of Anambra, no, I see you for something national or international. What is this governor of Anambra? Of course, he said to me, you started this. You remember one morning when we were together, and I came for morning devotion, and I say, let us pray for the new governor of Anambra. And I snapped and say, what prayer are you making? Of course, my experience of Anambra then was Dr. Ngige and Chris Uba. And then you will not blame me for my reaction. So I then said to Chukwuma, I said, when people like you are running, he reminded me, because you said what I said on that occasion was, I said, when people like you are running away, so what do I expect? Hooligans will take over, and then I should not go. People like him should not complain. So he reminded me of that. I said, oh, yes, I remember I said that. Well, he went. You didn't make it on that first occasion, so I remember, as governor. Then this next one, he came. And when he came, of course, I remember what I've said before. So I just said, Chukwuma, you can go. But still don't forget that I reserve you for national and international.
Wow, haha, I want that. Nice. How did I get it? Let me get some.
Is governorship as an appetizer, and then the main menu will come later. So you are on your appetizer stage, and the performance, as we have seen today and as you have told us, confirms what I said to you on that occasion. From what I've heard and what I have seen, you have not disappointed me. And I believe you have not disappointed the people of Anambra State. I like the 5 items. And you know me. I believe any item that you want to deal with that are more than your 10 fingers, there are too many. It should not be more than 10 fingers. And you have made yours even 5 fingers. Good. And you can easily follow identify what progress you are making. I commend you for that. But let me, on that, talk about the first item, infrastructure and economic transformation. From what you have said to us and from what we saw, particularly on road infrastructure, you are making progress. If in 1 year, 365 days, 52 weeks, 12 months, you can do as much as you have done with lean resources that you have, 261 kilometers of road, then you will do a lot more in the next 3 years. But I like the point you make about agriculture. I don't talk about agriculture now, I talk about agribusiness, because it is all the way from equipment for land preparation up to food on the table. But let me advise, please, on agriculture, let us take not more than 3 or 4 items. You seem to want to go for palm or palm. Do it and let Anambra become the leading oil palm producers in Nigeria. You can do it, and I know you can do it. I'll give you the example of Vietnam, a place I have visited about 4 times in the past 2 years. Vietnam was not a country producing coffee. They decided to go into coffee production. Within a space of 6 years, Vietnam became the 2nd largest producers of coffee in the world, only second to Brazil. You have the experience, you have what it takes. Let Anambra become the leading oil palm producer in the country. You must, of course, take one food crop or one food, and I would suggest that you take cassava, which is both food and industrial. Then, of course, you have to take one livestock, at least poultry and aquaculture, because you have water, are the 2 that I will recommend to you. On human capital development, you have put it in your statement. You want to develop for home and you want to develop for export. Human capital development. And everything you have said about that, I very much commend your effort. But when we develop our human capacity for export, it's not a waste. In fact, the experience they bring back, the outreach they get, the intellectual property they bring home, and of course the money they send back home is very, very important. And like you have said, east or west, home is the best, and they will also be looking forward to coming back home. And what you are doing at home will be indeed very important. Let me just talk and mention 2 things about manufacturing or industry. You talk about...
You have a great website. Let's make sure people see it. GoDaddy hosting is fast, secure, and always online. Get the...
drug manufacturing, storage, and marketing. Why can't Anambra State also be the drug manufacturing center for Nigeria? And when you look at the paucity of the drugs that we manufacture in Africa. It's less than 2% of the drugs that we use. So the market is very, very untouched, not to talk of unsaturated. And then you have my brother who has gone into automotive. When I was military head of state, we have automotive in Ibadan, in Lagos, in Kaduna, in Enugu. They are today all dead. And the reason why they are all dead is because they were all left in the hands of government. That's why I'm happy that the one that is happening here is private sector led. It should be encouraged and it should be strengthened. Let me also say one thing. Talent. As you know, I am a talent hunter. I just go for talent. You know, anybody can be put in any place, but anybody cannot be a performer. To perform, you need certain attributes, certain competence, and talent is one of those things that you need. Let us develop talents and use them locally. Let them even be used in the private sector, in government, in the private sector and in the what do you call it? That's not the social. What do you call them? The ones that are not public, not private. The third one. What do you call them? They are non-governmental organization. What do you call them? NGOs. Yeah, but you have a word for one word you use for them. Huh? What do you say? Yeah, but the NGOs. And we need talent, whether in the private sector, in the public sector, or in the NGOs. And we can search for them, we can develop them, and we can make them serve our purpose. Now, I want to thank you for making me part of this. I want to thank you, Igbo, that when we work together, you are a true, loyal servant, a true performer. And you've shown it here. So I still believe that after you are finished here in Anambra, which is an appetizer, you will still have to get the menu, the main meal. Or what do they call it? What they call it after the appetizer? What do you have? The main menu, the main course. Thank you. You will still have the main course. For me, either internationally, preferably, or nationally. I wish you well.